What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here in the Odd Shepherd channel, coming to you with another edition of Ladies, Leans, Likes, and Locks. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Goes a long way for me on this video. Goes a long way for you. That way you become apprised whenever great content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. We got 14 MLB games here on tap for Monday. Looking forward to that. The same way I'm looking forward to never having Friday happen again. That was not an enjoyable day for me, that's for sure. Thursday, Friday, a little lackluster after some really good weeks, 3 really good weeks. Looking at the likes column, hitting at a high clip there, feeling good about the process. But Friday felt pretty flat. So not feeling great about that, but did a little bit of tweaking here. We've got some adjustments coming your way. I feel good about the model and where I'm at. Went on a little bit of a run there in the old home run streets. Went a little cold here on Sunday, but I'm ready to rock. Are you ready to rock? I think producer Jacob's ready to rock. I'm going to try to be fast because, again, I got the Timberwolves to go watch here. That's getting ready to go way too fast. I'm very, very nervous, that's for sure. But hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. I really do appreciate that here on these videos. That way I can keep doing them. That's very important to me. If you guys want to sign up for Odd Shopper, if you want to sign up for BetMGM, that is also useful. Really great stuff. So you can sign up for that at the video description box below. But 14 games, not a lot of time to dilly-dally. Producer Jacob, hello. You missed me this weekend, didn't you? Your Celtics got back in the win column. That made me happy on Saturday. Too bad I don't have a video on Saturday for the people. Lock button Boston. Just so obvious. Anyway, let's get to the picks. It's my good friend Jose Berrios, and by that I mean somebody I really, really don't like at all, and everybody knows it. He's going up against Corbin Burns, who I like very much, but this price is very indicative of what it should be. And obviously, I'll show a little bit of respect here to Toronto, although I did go after Alek Manoah with Twins alternate totals. Yes, we were going 4.5, 5.5, 6.5, try to go up the ladder. Chaos is a ladder, as I heard once upon a time on Game of Thrones. By the way, the second one coming back soon here, very, very soon. House of the Dragon. Yeah, it's going to be great. Very much looking forward to it. But in this one, friends, obviously I'm going to still bet Baltimore money line because there are some minus 160 still available. If you can get in this better than minus 170, I think it's useful. Here's my breakdown for this. And I know that this is just in the interest of being faster. Jose Berrios is not very good, and Corbin Burns is very good. Cool. How about that? That's better analysis. I think some of you want the brevity. There you are. See, I didn't like that. I like to talk through the process of plays. And again, that's part of what I hope differentiates me from other people is being able to go through a process, being able to tell you statistics that I've been actually looking at this stuff ahead of time. And I'm not here to flip coins and pick randomly stuff that is just garbage. Again, over any long sample size, I guarantee you that we will be profitable here in the MLB season. And hey, we are at this point in time after a fantastic 3 weeks. Again, Thursday, Friday, absolutely sucked. Not happy, but I'm pretty sure Sixto Sanchez, pretty unhappy with the beginning of his season here. He's back in the big leagues after a couple of years off there. He's going up against Matt Manning, who kind of like this stuff. I've always brought this up. I've kind of been it's weird to say Matt Manning stan. That's kind of where I've been at with him. 3.77 expected ERA so far this season, coming off of last year's 5.48 expected ERA, next to a 3.58 for what it's worth. So for once in his life, he's outperforming. Well, no, his expected ERA is for once lower than his actual ERA. Normally, it's kind of the inverse. We've seen 4 expected ERA, 3.43, where he just finds ways to pitch a little bit better than the metrics. Again, if you can control your stuff, it's got use and utility, and he's a top 10 pick from 2016, and took him a while to get into the bigs. Not till 2021 did he make his debut, but overall, I still like the stuff. It's above average. I'm going to just say that. It's above average stuff. Now, there is a chance that it ends up being Kenta Maeda who gets the ball here, and that would change things drastically for me. But I'm going to call this an under 8.5 lean, and that is under the assumption, yes, under the assumption that it is Matt Manning on the mound. If it is not him and Kenta Maeda, again, this is probably going to be one where I might be looking at it over because Kenta Maeda is not nearly as good as what I think Manning stuff is at this point in their careers. Alrighty, we're back on track here after the Baltimore money line like. We're going to go to another like here, Philly, New York. New York playing right now up against Atlanta. That game is in the early stages. I just saw that Jared Kelenic decided to go yard here. He's always a pinch hit risk. It's a hard one to really dip into the home run streets on from time to time, even though always like the stuff, Jared Kelenic stuff. But Christopher Sanchez, I do like his stuff. I really, really do. But still like 7.5 here. Look at this total. It's a little bit too low considering on the other side, it's Sean Manaea. Both of these guys have been not in regression mode on the Sanchez side, because I still like it. We locked him earlier against the Angels. He got spotted 3 runs and things went dastardly. It was not good, but 9.4% walk rate, 262 expected batting averages. Those are problems. They're not ideal to have from Christopher Sanchez. 3.6% barrel percentage is really good. Overall, not giving up a ton of power. And again, Brandon Nimmo ended up avoiding a serious injury, but like lefties are the more interesting side here for the Mets here at the moment, with DJ Stewart also on that side. JD Martinez right on right. He could hit everybody at any given point in time, but Brandon Nimmo, I don't know if he'll be back in that lineup for tomorrow. Doesn't really matter. Over 7.5 is going to be the spot. Kashan Minaya against these Phillies. Yes, I know that he's left-handed. Yes, I know that the K rate is generally there, but 20.4% K rate this season, 17.7 degree average launch angle. Thought about attaching Philadelphia money line to this one because of the way that I like Sanchez. Might reconsider that again tomorrow. But for now, I put a half unit there on the over 7.5. Wouldn't be surprised if that moved to 8, but I'd probably still like it at 8, assuming minus 105 or better. We got the Rays, we got the Red Sox, we got Zach Eflin, who, again, much improved from his Philadelphia days into a Tampa Bay uniform. That's generally the way things go. 2% walk rate is outrageously good. 2? What do you mean only 2? It's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the real ones who know. But 297 ex-Woba. Overall, not super impressed with the stuff. Haven't ever really been. 19.5% K rate. That is way down from last season's 26.5%. So I want to at least throw out that whatever was working for him last year, not working for him at the moment. I think I want to throw 2 leans out there for you. I'm going to give a hitting prop, mainly because the one thing that I do notice with Eflin, going to start giving up more lefty power. And a 409 expected slugging overall, 13 degree average launch angle. Rafael Devers is kind of my dude, but I want to give a shout out to Cutter Crawford here too. We don't have K props. Yeah, I don't know why. Give me my damn K props, but the weather is advantageous for hitting out here. So one thing that I'm a little worried about, winds blowing out middle to center. Well, that's the same damn thing. It's redundant, Eric. Middle to left field, like towards the green monster ever so slightly. That's kind of what it's looking like at first pitch. So I'm a little bit worried about backing Crawford. Some of the, it's weird, but I definitely want to be paying attention to a K ladder. It's not going to necessarily be an issue for me to try to back him in that regard. Up to 7 strikeouts. We've seen this Rays team strike out a lot. 23.4% K rate over righties on the season. That's above average. I think Crawford's above average. I was going to make a joke there. It's really rude. It's going to make a dick joke, but then after the whole Tom Brady roast, obviously you don't want to be making the dick jokes. Kevin Hart will come after you. By the way, that was fantastic. Anyway, Shota Imanaga, he's been freaking-tastic here for the Chicago Cubs. Everything you could have hoped for and more. Going up against Reynaldo Lopez, who I also think has been pretty good. Also going to be missing Curb, that's for sure. But overall, I don't really know how you don't look at the Cubs side at plus 124. Already moved to plus 130, and I don't really know why. Let's talk through why. Shota Imanaga, 245 ex-Woba. Reynaldo Lopez, 308. So better in that regard. He's a lefty going up against a Braves lineup that Austin Riley hasn't really been all that in a bag of potato chips. It really sucks having to face guys like, Marcell Ozuna, Ronald Acuna will start smashing here eventually too. But I will say Atlanta still, even without these main characters, they've had like Orlando Arcia and other dudes come along for the ride. They still have a 121 WRC plus against lefties. So Shota Imanaga tough, but again, he's been one of the better lefties in all of baseball. Him and Yusei Kikuchi. I can't even with this. But plus 130 is a pretty big number to be getting to back Shota Imanaga on a Braves team that will be traveling from New York to go back home here in the late night window. So Cubs a little bit of a travel advantage. Not really something that I would ever say out loud and consider in like a serious way, but they got done with that crazy little series in Pittsburgh. Well, we'll be able to talk about a little debut for you-know-who a little bit later on, because he should have his second start, I believe, on Thursday or Friday. That'll be a fun one. But anyway, in this spot, Cubs money line, going to be a lean for me. I might dabble if this gets to plus 135, like immediately. Anyway, just a half unit. Let's talk Odd Chopper. Sign up down below, friends. $14.95 weekly, $49.95 monthly. That is the OS Premium Tools. So we're talking the Parlay Builder, the Fantasy Optimizer, as well as the Discord Insider Access. If you want my betting card every single Monday through Friday, And then, hey, I'll drop in on Saturdays and Sundays from time to time too, dropping pick six cards, dropping, other things. If you have an interest in betting something, I have an interest in providing you the optimum opportunity to make money at said thing. Obviously, we're talking sports betting 99% of the time, but $14.95 weekly gets a little bit cheaper if you use promo code Lindy. 20% off, friends. Those expert picks, Discord, premium tools, all in one package. Look at that. I can read the left side of the screen. Back to the picks we go. Mitch Keller, comeback Keller. He has not been coming back to anything. Oh, he's been coming back to earth. See, I found that one on the fly. That was enjoyable. Comeback Keller is now just old Yeller-ish, but Colin Rea, he's really bad. I do not like him, Sam. I do not like him with the Milwaukee Brewers in any way, shape, or form. And yet, here we are. Welcome to the Upside Down. And here's what is so freaking wild is that eventually you have to just start buying in when things blow your mind and you have absolutely no idea how to adjust other than to just say, Milwaukee, you're better than I expected you to be. And this has apparently been a sustainable thing now for a month and a half where they've been the second best team in terms of WRC plus against right-handed pitching, along with a 175 ISO, which is fifth best in baseball, tied for fifth best in baseball with Philadelphia. But these are ridiculous power metrics that we're looking at here for Milwaukee, and they get Christian Yelich back. They've been cautious with some of his innings here. Got a break on Saturday, comes back Sunday. I mean, we've seen Oliver 51.1% hard hit for him. William Contreras, well, his brother Wilson was probably the better hitter at the moment, but William Contreras probably the better hitter now with Wilson on the IL. It is what it is, but 60.8% hard hit, 520 expected slugging, ridiculous. Willie Adames, Rhys Hoskins, absolutely smashing baseballs. Joey Ortiz coming along for the ride. Sal Frelick as well. Super fast. They have speed on the base paths. They have opportunity on the base paths, and they get to face Mitch Keller with a 449 expected slugging. Do I like Colin Rea? No, but he's pitching at home here. The 10.9% barrel percentage, that is high. I expect that to be coming down a little bit because if it goes up, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. But we saw him last season with a 7.7% barrel percentage. So I'm just going to look at this and the 5.78 expected ERA, and I'm going to hope that whatever is accumulating, this 3.29 ERA, keeps in check. You get Milwaukee staying at home here. You have an opportunity with this lineup to win multiple matchups at better than minus 135. And trust me, you know by now, I definitely think that Pittsburgh's lineup and just their record in general is going to be in free fall. And over the course of the last 2 weeks, I have been correct about that one. So Pittsburgh, all the way down in the doldrums, a league low 74 WRC plus against right-handed pitching. So we're talking about the best offense in baseball against the worst baseball offense in right-handed pitching. I could have said that better or more eloquently. Whatever. Milwaukee money line, that is a lock for you, friends. Again, at home, everything matching up. And yes, Keller had a great last season. Did I buy into that entirely? No. Second half of the season definitely found a little bit of issues. So he's got issues. I got them too. One of them is how bad I need the Milwaukee money line. That wasn't funny. Let's talk about this one quickly. Washington and the White Sox. We got Williams and Flexen. Come on. The bullpen, both sides of this, just brutal. Bad teams. Offense for Washington, I do like pieces. Obviously, Abrams has been on the card here a couple of times. Jesse Winker, as he's moved up and started to show that, hey, maybe this ends up being a sustainable skill set for him. And Luis Garcia has been awesome, flat out awesome. 49.5% hard hit, 502 expected slugging. But do you really want to back the White Sox offense to do things along with the Washington offense to do things? I don't know, but my spreadsheet says this should technically be a like. So I could have gone lean like. I'm just going to put lean in the corner. I'm not going to bet it. Because again, I made the rules and also math. Math tells me this should technically be a play, but it's not going to be a play. I don't need this on my resume. We move on to better baseball for sure. But I'm looking at the home run market here, and I'm a little bit worried because now people are catching on to something that we have been firing up now in the premium Discord a number of times. And that, friends, is some lefty power that exists on the Cleveland side. I want to give a shout out to Josh Naylor because he's just been absolutely freaking ridiculous this season. But the odds are getting shorter. plus 320 there last time out. I mean, come on. That was just egregious. But we ended up trying to dilly-dally. I ended up not taking the David Fry piece. Ended up trying to force in something else. Jose Ramirez just about every single time you could be taking a look at it. But Tanner Bybee, yeah, look at everybody wanting to kill me about this guy. But whatever. Tanner Bybee has not been good other than the 25.3% K rate. Good for you. But a 486 expected slugging, taking on this Texas Rangers offense. There's no way I'm going to be backing them. And Cleveland here, even at even money, feels a little bit thin, but there's no way I'm going to back Michael Lorenzen either. 356 xWOBA, 456 expected slugging. As pieces get healthier for Texas, he will no longer be in this rotation. I doubt he even ends up like in the bullpen. He just isn't very long for Major League Baseball at this point in time. Again, he was a great hitter once upon a time, which is pretty wild to say out loud. Played outfield for Cincinnati, people remember. But we're going to target him here with Josh Naylor. I think that this is something better than plus 340. You should be firing up. Now, I'm a little bit nervous because his props have been coming down. We've been sitting in the plus 400 mid-range. Dropped to plus 320 last time out. Again, I want plus 340. He didn't end up on the card on Sunday, which made me sad. He didn't hit a homer, so I'm okay with it. But Josh Naylor, he is smashing the face off of baseballs. 551 expected slugging, 14 degree average launch, 42% hard hit. Good stuff. He is my favorite home run pick out of everything. Devers probably a close second. Interesting props that are showing up here in this one. Ross Stripling, Spencer Arrighetti. There's vomit on his sweater already. Spencer Arrighetti. Producer Jacob? Maybe. I really don't want to talk about this baseball game very much, other than I want to give a special shout out here to the Oakland Athletics side of things. You got Stripling, who is limiting hard contact in a way where I want to pull the trigger on Kyle Tucker. He's been outrageous. Now leading off, he led off last time out. Now part of that could just be, day off maintenance thing, Jose Altuve. But anyway, Kyle Tucker led off. We'll see if that continues there. He had a home run against Detroit today too, so that was interesting. But special shout out to Oakland here. I think getting plus money on both of these, Brent Rooker and Shea Langoliers. Langoliers. Haven't done that this year, but he's been really, really good, so I haven't had to do play on word stuff until I've done it twice in the same segment here. 578 expected slugging for Langoliers. Brent Rooker, 611 expected slugging with a 410 xWOBA. 410 xWOBA. This offense is so much better than anybody expected it to be. And they have a guy in Lawrence Butler who eventually, 47.7% hard hit, that 232 expected batting average. I'm expecting some positive regression there. If he can limit the strikeouts, him and Brent Rooker are really good. Really, really good. Kyle McCann's had power at the catcher position, 50% hard hit, just 24 batted ball events, but Tyler Soderstrom, really good. Schumann, I mean, these guys, this is a much better offense than I was anticipating. But anyway, looking at these plus monies here against Arrighetti, who hasn't really proven himself too much, does have decent strikeout stuff, but 12% walk rate, 371 xWOBA. But the main thing when you're looking at bases here, 285 expected batting average, 476 expected slugging. Give me some power at reduced prices here on the Oakland side. And this one, St. Louis, LA, I don't have anything. This is about as efficient as a line could show up. St. Louis has been in the doldrums. Would definitely still try to back them if it weren't Mr. Liberatore on the mound, because both of these pitchers are just downright egregious here at the moment. And I know Joe Adell has been absolutely on fire, and he's the king that was promised just in time for a fantasy baseball season for me and my dynasty team to have everybody hurt. Spencer Strider, Shane Bieber on the IL for the year, Tommy John surgery, and all the great fixins there. Great time to have Joe Adell finally step it up. Anyway, Jose Siriano's not good, but he has a great ground ball rate, and that's what worries me here. 46% hard hit, 10.8% barrel percentage, but 61.3% ground ball rate is wild. Matthew Liberatore, 301 xWOBA. Trust me, I want to pull the trigger here on St. Louis. I just can't trust them whatsoever. And Matthew Liberatore is not very good here. He's just basically a soft tosser out there. Never really had the kind of strikeout stuff that you're looking for in Major League Baseball. So overall, just going to be a pass for me, other than Lars Nootbaar, potentially a play on Lars Nootbaar here. The king of the Japan team that ended up winning the baseball classic days of yore. Was that last year? Last year it was wild to watch. But 48.7% hard hit, 474 expected slugging. nice start for him. Main thing, launch needs to start getting up here. Wouldn't be surprised if the home run ends up being something that I add to the card, but right now, because of that launch angle, I want to pull the trigger in Anaheim. I just can't. Give me the 2+ bases. Here's a quick and easy one. Half unit play here on Arizona because Jordan Montgomery against Graham Ashcraft and this Cincinnati lineup in a little bit of disarray. Just an 85 WRC plus against lefties with a 126 ISO. It's weird because there's pieces that I like. I do like Ellie De La Cruz, and I like, getting to Spencer Steer, and Tyler Stevenson been one of the best hitting catchers. Catcher has been a much improved position in baseball from a hitting perspective this season, and he's yet another one of them who's just showing up at the top of my board. But Heimer Candelario playing every day, Jonathan India, a really tough start to his season, and then Will Benson, Jake Fraley, lefties that really aren't long for a spot like this. I'm not really sure how they're going to go about it. Going through roster resource over on Fangraphs, try to figure out exactly what their projected lineup would be. Any iteration that I came up with had this as a positive EV play on the Arizona money line side. Again, Chicago Cubs probably going to be firing out up plus 135 if we can get to that number, but it is more of a favorite heavy card for me than normal. Again, I think this is a very good spot. Arizona bats came to life there in Baltimore. Wake me up inside. It is what it is, but can't wake up. Save me. Arizona money line. I like it for a half unit with Montgomery. Like this, two friends, first bet safety net. You go to the link below, and if you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, you have an opportunity to take a great stab at something, whatever you want on that card, my friends. Anything that I've recommended, anything that you love, you get to go deposit down below. And when you do, and you place any bet, that first bet you make will get back to you in bonus bets if it loses. Yeah, you heard me. If you take a shot from $50, $100, $250, $1,000, up to $1,500, you can take that shot and then you get it back in bonus bets if it doesn't hit. So a great opportunity to take a swing. And then if it misses, get to take another swing. So sign up down below. You want exposure to as many sports books as possible. That's really as simple as it gets. Down below, take advantage of that offer. Only if you're 21 and over. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. Back to the picks we go. 3 games to go. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell as we move on as quickly as possible from this one. We've got Colorado, and I think it's going to be Dakota Hudson. Cal Quantrill is still somebody who's in play. Neither of those, friends, are good options. Cal Quantrill, formerly of the Guardians, formerly of a team that shall not be named. And, the other guy, it's just egregious. Dakota Hudson. St. Louis doesn't want you right now. That's never good. Walk rate higher than K rate. And then Randy Vasquez, who is somebody that I kind of feel interested in backing sometimes in certain spots. San Diego, decent pitcher's park. The main thing here, friends, is that Colorado, when you get them out of Coors Field, they have to make some adjustments based on what they're seeing and how they're going to go about putting the ball in play. It's never good to go from the best hitter's park where balls don't spin as much to then going to somewhere like San Diego, one of the best pitchers parks, where balls are going to spin more. It's going to just react more. It's an altitude thing. It's just what it is. Randy Vasquez. Whatever. San Diego on the run line if you absolutely have to have it. And again, run line, huge disparity from money line. Kansas City and taking on George Kirby here. George Kirby coming off getting just shelled, knocked around. Again, my Twins are just in fuego. I don't talk about hot streaks because I don't really believe in them all that much. I think I believe in them as an athlete, as somebody who wants to be competitive, and like when you're feeling confident over a golf ball and hitting the shot, you feel nice. It's like, oh yeah, you get the adrenaline go, but like it's hard to quantify when that shows up and when it doesn't. And a lot of times you're out there wanting to snap a club on your leg because it's not going the way you want to. Freaking golf. But anyway, we're talking baseball and not things that are, we're talking data because that's actually explainable here. Kansas City and Seattle. George Kirby kind of coming off of struggling out in Kansas City. This is an above average offense. Against righties, they've been about league average, 99 WRC plus, but we know the pieces that exist in this offense. Bobby Witt, Sal Perez, amongst their positions, some of the best hitters that exist. But Brady Singer is kind of the more intriguing guy to me. I was looking at a K ladder for him. I think potentially it could be there, 25.1% K rate for him on the season. Gets to go up against the Seattle team striking out the most, 29.1%, but I doubt the value is going to be there. Just have it in the back of your mind. But the thing projecting out the best for me is the over of 7 with 2 good pitchers on the mound. Brady Singer, about league average, just better with the strikeout stuff. And then George Kirby, who's been pinpoint accurate, just got shelled. So we're going to kind of show a little bit of caution. Over 7, just a lean. And we round out the card in a way that a lot of people aren't necessarily going to like, but we've got Gavin Stone or Yamamoto, and it's listed different at different spots. Right now, I believe it'll end up being Gavin Stone. We shall find out. But 31.4% hard hit for him, 267 expected batting average, 17.1% K rate. Again, know the rules of your sports book. Know if it ends up getting voided or not, depending on the pitcher matchup. There's ways to really take advantage of certain stuff like that. And if you can see the cash out offer, have an opportunity to just get your money back for free if it ends up being one pitcher as opposed to the other, because I don't think Gavin Stone's as good as Yamamoto. I don't think that that's any kind of a hot take whatsoever, but my assumption is that it ends up being Gavin Stone, and as such, give me San Francisco plus 1.5 with Jordan Hicks, 354 expected slugging, 230 expected batting average, and a terrible hitter's park. Just pitcher friendly. San Francisco going up north. Yeah, plus 1.5 there. Haven't gone to a lot of the plus 1.5 run lines here pretty much all season long. I think this is worth it here. And that does it for another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. So you know what to do. Go to that comment section below. Let me know your favorite plays that exist on the board here for this lovely 14-game slate we have all evening, afternoon, well, depending where you live, but evening baseball that we have on the way there, starting up around 3 on the West Coast. Yeah, 6 p.m. Eastern time out on the East Coast. Looking forward to this one. Going to be in that premium Discord, firing up my bets, throwing up, whatever the people might want. Again, looking at the round robins again. I'm not sure we can always for the performance from last Sunday where we hit 5 of 8 and ended up smashing across the board. But we're going to try to get that going here again. Thank you, producer Jacob. Thank you, BetMGM. Thank you, Odd Shopper. Of course, I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck at the MLB streets on Monday.